November 1987 Field Notes, Part Number 6. Returned to Accra from Cape Coast for footwear purchases. The time has come to leave Cape Coast, and I was not so excited. However, the time has come to accomplish the primary goal of this project: the purchase of traditional Ashanti footwear of the best quality. Our departure was met by rain the morning we left. Even my sleep in the cannon floor was interrupted by the beginning of rain, and this happened about 3 o'clock in the morning. Inside, I went to avoid getting wet. Inside means the Fort Williams. By 4:30 a.m., we began to pack our things to begin finding a suitable bus. Mr. Mensah accompanied me, and we were able to secure information on a bus leaving to Accra. We paid 20 cedis each one way. Pause. The above mention was written in the bus to Accra. We'll resume later, as writing is ineligible as I ride in the bus. En route to Accra, many new foods were eaten by me the first time. One such type of food was ballof, spelled B-A-L-L-O-A-F. They are round and are composed of sweet bread cooked in palm oil. I paid about 10 cedis for each one of these pieces. Vendors for the product would easily be found at any bus stop made by the bus. We arrived safely at Accra, and we made our way to Mr. Mensah's house. My body began to show signs of tiredness, as my sleep was short the day we left Accra. A famous shop that caters to chiefs was visited. This was a young man about the age of 21 who had learned traditional sandal making from his father. I later learned about 5 pairs were seen that we bought. One was very strange. It had the outline of a fish, and the hide of an animal skin was still intact at the plantar area. One pair of sandals were bought that had kente cloth as part of the strap. Kente cloth is made in Kumasi. Many of the tools used by the young sandal maker are similar to the ones used by those artisans in my country. The knife, pincers, and needles were basic to both of us. There is an assembly section. 2 distinct objects were noticeable. 1, a stone used for crimping the nails upon completion of the sandals, and 2, a small wooden stool placed at the front working area of the site. The shape of the total is the following, and here's a picture that I drew. This tool is solid and the type of wood is unknown to me at present. Paper molds were seen about the work area for use on the sole shapes. To my surprise, the platform where the sandal maker sat had the same structural design of the European ones I had seen in the city of Houston. Here's an example of the stool that the shoemaker used. No electrical powered machines were visible, but there was one hand-powered one that sounded to be used for cutting leather. Before I continue, it shall be mentioned that the sandal maker's name and address is the following: Joe Borqueque, Box 844, Accra, West Africa. And that's spelled Joe, last name Borquaye. The other person's name is Timothy Borqueque Borqueque, the deceased father who I photographed from the photo his son had. A very interesting client was at the premise of the sandal maker, a sub-chief in Accra of the Ashanti. He gave me the name of Toki Zewu III. That's spelled Toghi, last name Zewu III. He commented that Joe was only a boy when he originally came to his shop to buy traditional sandals. A photograph was taken of him. It was pointed out to me that sandals of the traditional type reflect fauna and flora in the components. A flora example may be a flower component on the sandal strap. Fauna may be a sandal planter outlined as a crocodile, for example. I have bought such an example of a sandal with a crocodile design. Our next place to purchase sandals will be in Kumasi. Written in Mr. Mensah's house in Accra, Ghana, Monday, 17th, 1987, 8 a.m. His address in Accra is house number A as in Apple, 937-1 in Carly, Gono. That's spelled Korlegonno. The end. 6b. On observation of Ashanti wood sculptures in Accra Center for National Culture and same relations to footwear. Since my visitation in Ghana, there had been no place that matches the diversity of the Center for National Culture in Accra. Here are some sketchy notes on sandal making and its relationship to wood sculpting follow to be elaborated on later. Wood sculpting was utilized in making Nokranua type sandals. The sandal maker carved his wood to make sandals just as the sculptor did. Apro, A-P-R-O, O-G-Y-I-N-I-M-Y, a soft wood. A-M-I-R-E was used as woods for making the sandals. Tanning of the leather was not known in older days until tanning leather from wood was learned. Kafu, K-A-F-U, and or A-G-I-D-I was used for glue for the leather. When a wood sculptor is cutting, a non-sculptor must stay a distance from the sculptor area of work. If he does approach, the non-sculptor must remove his sandals. Even the sculptor does not wear sandals when he is working on art. The distance is determined by the sculptor. The tools of the sculptor are assembled beside him. If he is right-handed, he puts them to his right side and vice versa. Only the tools needed for his work are placed in this way. The left hand is never used for handing something to a person in a general manner. The left hand is never used for handing something to a person in any general manner. I repeat, giving with the left hand is considered disrespectful. The left hand is always used for cleaning the buttocks when defecating, and that is why it is considered dirty and not used to hand things to a person. That is the left hand. Females also use this practice. Children are taught this practice for their growth. The end.